Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm just fucking around with sounds for a second. These guys are already logged and loaded on a server, so we'll be getting going in a second here. Just real quickly while I have you, I will show you what the picks went like, because they went like that. So these are the picks between Dank and Maqzi. We ended up with Furious Heights, Silence, and Lost World. That's going to be the three maps. Yeah. Not much else you could say about it. It should be a pretty good match. I'll just go to the game. Fuck it.
Prepare to fight.
Here we go. It's going to be map 1, Furious Heights, dankjr versus Maqzi.
3, 2, 1, fight.
dankjr gonna spawn in on lightning gun, grabs the mega, and will drop down for the yellow. A rocket as well, and then down back of the jump pad to LG. Finds Maqzi on top of those pillars above red. Puts a nice little hurting on him with the lightning, and then finishes the job as well. Maqzi not showing much resistance there. Dank gonna dive in and grab a rail. Red's still 5 seconds out. Low to high rail landed by Dank there, and he's gonna grab the red, and here is the race to mega. Maqzi with the position, but takes a rail onto it, but returns fire with a rocket right into the face of Dank. Still the first minute of the game here, 10 seconds till the next red. Dank trying to make the cutoff on rail room. Gonna snag that yellow and then skip back over to red. 3 seconds until that's up. Takes cover and then down onto it. Has a look through mid and catches him on the left side there, but not able to connect. 5 seconds until mega. Maqzi playing this passively for the moment, as he probably should. Not in position to challenge this mega. Dank with a couple of reds in a row. Wants to make sure he keeps that cell stack high as well. Eventually grabs that red. We'll see what Maqzi's doing. Hanging out lightning side of the map. Trying to find a sound cue, peeks out and hits the wall. That one almost connects with Dank, but Dank does a good job to avoid being hit. 3 seconds until mega, and Maqzi's hanging out. Do have heard it spawn there. Turns and has a look. Red's still up for Dank. Maqzi across the top of the map here. He's gonna find some damage on the top of Dank, who comes in and grabs a red. Predicting a double back and then stops. Not able to split that gap with the rail though. Hits the wall. Would have been a nice one. Splashing his little feet around. Splish splash. Walking down on red, and another couple of puddles get kicked about. Dank at that mid-tier yellow under mega. Mega's sitting up there. Dank putting some nice damage on Maqzi. He's gonna have to pull the cord and get out of there. And after missing a couple shots, Maqzi had the right idea there, just not able to connect. Dank picks up another mega. And Maqzi able to secure red and yellow. Back to Dank's point of view here. 1-0, 3 minutes and 10 seconds in. Maqzi tries to connect low to high in that mega room. That's not going to happen. Dank with the cheeky cutoff thought. Doesn't materialize. Both these guys playing this pretty safely. Maqzi lands one low to high there. Dank returns fire after picking up the yellow. Here's exactly when that red's picked up. Thinks about the drop, doesn't make it. Knows where Maqzi is. And there's the telly. Maqzi not gonna expose himself just yet. Keeps the trench coat closed. Dank with a nice prediction rocket there. Only lands for 30 damage though. Wants to make sure that there's no mega. Ooh, there's a nice one that connects for a hundo bomb as he thread the needle there through that doorway. And it landed flush. And red gets picked up 1 second before mega as they split the majors. Dank in across high, moving in on Maqzi now. Thinks about making a push. Maqzi was there. That would have been a big engagement if he made it. Dank electing to keep that near 300 stack though. Gonna land there though as he catches Maqzi on a jump. Plus 50 on the rocket. This could be a second kill if he moves in here. Maqzi's actually gonna come back. Wants that yellow. Scoops it up. Dank tries to put one through the grating and misses. Now he's gonna race to the red. Down onto it. Maqzi with a nice rocket is gonna knock him back, but Dank picks up the red. High to low rail. Gives him a buzz cut, but nothing more. Nice LG from Dank. Maqzi screaming, but returns fire with a rocket to defensive play.
5-minute warning.
Nearly meeting up outside the LG there. Dank finds Maqzi with a thick shotgun, but not much more. Drop down there as Dank gets adventurous with the pathing, pays the price with a rail. Still just 1-0, 5.5 minutes in. We'll go back to Maqzi cam. Dank gonna pick up the mega. Red up in 3 seconds. Maqzi standing over top of it takes some unfortunate damage. And Dank is probably gonna grab this, and he does. So Dank with all the stack now. Maqzi gonna have to continue to play on the back foot here. Dank peeking out on that mid doorway. They're both just holding their ground. Maqzi hits him in the shoulder with a rail around that edge there, and Dank's gonna move in for the mega undeterred. Plus the yellow. Maqzi's still not feeling confident to take an engagement, and rightfully so. You can see that Maqzi's making sure to stay somewhat in the middle of the map, so there's always an escape plan, but Dank is going to move in and pick it up 2-0. Nowhere to escape that time. A yellow near a rail stayed up forever, but Maqzi did not want to get trapped in that room. Stayed out in mid, and eventually Dank met him. 7 minutes in, 2-0 for dankjr. Couple more splish splashes and Dank with the 2-piece nuggets. That's 3 zipper. 7 minutes and about 10 seconds in. Couple shards and Dank's in full control now. Maqzi, having played this very defensively thus far, really will have to put his foot on the gas a little bit if he wants to make headway, because he's been able to make up 1 frag for the majority of this map playing that style. 3 would be a mountain to climb. And with that said, here comes Maqzi through the doorway, landing the first blow. And now the second. Chance for aggression. Maqzi drops on the red. Not sure if he heard that rail drop from Dank, though. Ooh. Dank does grab that yellow, though. So really not too bad for Dank. We'll watch Maqzi, though, to see what he does for these last 2 minutes, if he can put something together, or if Dank can stave off his push. Dank with some nice rockets there. Puts one right into his body around that corner. Some preemptive plasma there is going to land for about 100, but Dank is moving in, feels the pressure, and there's the crater from maqzi. Oh my goodness, that's unfortunate. Read a -1 here as maqzi meets his fate in an unusual way. With a minute and 20 seconds here, it's looking pretty well locked up for Dank. Haven't seen much to suggest that maqzi will be able to assert enough pressure to come back from 4 down. Though it's not impossible, but here's 1 rail and 2. But Dank's gonna pin him with the lightning here, and that's bad news. maqzi on the treadmill, nowhere to go. Dank puts number 4 on the board. And with just about a minute left, that should probably be it. Dank takes a rocket to the face here. Now he's actually in trouble for a second, but maqzi trying to defend his honor, doesn't want to finish with that -1 on the board. Looking a little suspect here. And Dank with some nice plus back action. maqzi fakes the forward and stops short. But Dank is going to cruise this one to the finish line. 20 seconds to go. And there's a 62-piece rocket that's going to make it 5 to -1. That should be just about it here. Potential for one more engagement, but it doesn't happen. And there we are. Map 1 going to dankjr. That's map 1 going to Dank pretty easily. They were deadlocked for about 5 minutes or so, but once Dank got that 1 frag lead, he was unrelenting with it. maqzi was not able to apply the pressure required to break that hold. And so to the second map we go. dankjr with the lead.
Vote now. Vote pass.
Nice, man. Good weed, though. ESPN, not 10. Big Sonic. So we are on to silence for map 2. And there's the ready ups. The boys are locked and loaded. We'll start on the winner from last map, dankjr. Not sure of Dank's knowledge of this map, but he's going to grab the first red at the very least. Across the pipes with just shotgun. There's maqzi up the pad in mid, and Dank with a big shotty to the body. maqzi getting brushed back into that green, but returns fire with the rocket, and Dank with just a shotgun was not outfitted for that fight. Had some nice damage. Red 5 seconds away. maqzi's gonna telly through behind Dank. Not sure if he was ready for that. Now across to the yellow side, 50 bub, couple shards, and drops down into Mega. And the blueberry is there for him. 1-0 for maqzi, who after not even putting one on the board last map, quickly gets one here. Dank trying to battle in mid. maqzi out of there. Railgun, and here's Dank pick up that green. maqzi gonna grab the yellow and gets body blocked out of the telly there, but then gets out of there without any harm. Dank on the pursuit now. maqzi trying to grab this red and is going to do so for free. No contest. Looking for an angle at the back of Dank. Doesn't find it there, but does find the next Mega as well. So Dank, thus far, having some difficulties getting a beat on those items. maqzi happy to play this game at the pace he's looking to play. Dank trying to come down those stairs. Comes barreling out. You hear the screams, but maqzi not going to push the envelope here. Instead, is just going to run into the wall a little bit there. Eventually does get that red. Mega in 1 second, and bang, that's 2 majors again for maqzi. Gets them in succession, and a nice little stream of shaft onto Dank from low to high. Comes out of the telly with a right strafe rail, but doesn't connect there. And on to red just in time. Maqzi in the mid, Dank looking to pick up some greens to supplement his stack, gets bumped off. And Maqzi with the drop for pursuit, tough drop with the rail there, does switch to rocket through the telly. And is now using those tellies to get an angle at Dank. Was free there for a second. Dank in that red room, Mega's up, and they're scrapping in the red room. So we'll see Dank hit the ejector. He's trying to run for Mega, I think, but doesn't actually get there. Instead, telly's out, and Maqzi's gonna grab that. Now goes back into middle. One rail on Dank and over to red, so Maqzi able to collect both majors again. Taking a look. 0 megas for Dank, 2 reds, 4 and 5 respectively for Maqzi's, and multiple other armors as well. Those megas definitely a key difference here. Dank drops into the hole. Maqzi falls down with rockets out, and Dank gets a nice stream of lightning on him. Mega, 2 seconds. Dank with the flick rocket there on the drop, and Maxi's in a little bit of trouble, but hits that rail on the jump pad. Dank hit it as well, but Maqzi picks up the frag there. Clutch shot to land, and Dank puts one in 3D. Rocket to the face of Maqzi. No major item up for another 15 seconds or so. Maqzi with a 2-zipper lead here, trying to push this to a third map. On to another green. And if this continues to play like this, unless oh, a nice little 2-piece there from Maqzi is that second one. What a nice little shot, and then finds the angle on red. Dank was able to win the race to red, but Maqzi used the angle. Picks up the frag, falls back on the Mega, and Maqzi managing the map nicely. Dank landing some nice shots to give himself a fighting chance, but Maqzi just making the right decisions, taking the correct angles, giving up the armor where necessary to pick up the frag and retain control. And back on red. Misses that initial drop onto it. That was a little sus, but then lands a rail on Dank. Little dodging, picks up a green, another kill, and Mega's in 3 seconds. So once again, Maqzi in full control here, and even leaves the Mega up. Dank able to come in and scoop that up, and maybe a mistake here from Maqzi, as Maqzi gets a little bit out of pocket there. The Mega was about to come up. He allowed Dank to come in and steal that in favor of trying to go scoop up another armor cheekily. And it costs him, as Dank closed the gap and puts his first on the board. And so now a glimmer of light for Dank as he breaks the control of Maqzi.
5-minute warning.
And creates a little bit of his own pace here. Nice stack for Dank now to perhaps make a move. Dank seems to be able to get the upper hand in medium to close range combat, but Maqzi seems to be able to eliminate that threat by playing the angles properly and being in control of the items. And once again, you see Maqzi just closing off the angles there. Dank unable to pursue. But 4.5 minutes here. Dank should have some time to put something together here, as they both trade rails there, and Dank lands a couple. Maqzi falls back on the red though. Still 5 seconds until Mega, and Maxi's aware of the timing, and again utilizing that good timing to close space. Dank just praying for that Mega to come up. Finally it does, and he rocket jumps out. Maqzi predicted the rocket jump and threw a blind rocket there. Dank not able to really come out too far ahead for collecting that Mega, but does deny Maqzi the pickup and is on to another red as well. Nice predictive rocket there as he heard the sound cue and immediately landed that flush on Maqzi. Now pushing in with the lightning. This will be a chance for Dank if he's able to push in. Maqzi on the back foot. Dank trying to reroute through mid. There's the drop to Mega's. Got him trapped down in the cubby, but he's able to tally out. Dank still has 3.5 minutes to work with here. And a red. Maqzi able to get some Mega action though. And Maqzi slowly working his way out of that disadvantage. Couple rails on Dank is going to straighten him up real quickly. Collects a green and is going to try to get that next red, but Maxi's in behind him. Maqzi pushes him to the yellow side there, and Dank collects, but now Maxi's going to try to race him to this Mega. and does win it. Dank is there, should be able to get this red as well, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Perfect pathing. A little stumble, but it's 5-1 for maqzi with 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Dank worked his way for a long time into the advantage. Finally had an opportunity to push in. maqzi got away and then held the distance. Whittled away the stack. And now we're back to square one. Dank landing some good damage again, though, and maqzi has to duck out before he takes a second rail. Dank held that angle for an extended period of time, and maqzi's going to step out 6-1, falls back on red. Another item for maqzi, and over to Mega as well. There it is, Dank with the drop. Nice plasma is going to light him up, but maqzi with the 3 rockets. First couple were light, but the third one landed nicely. And Dank with the pummel for a second there, and quickly as it's 8-1, we'll look at the items. 10 reds to 6 in favor of maqzi. 10 megas to 3 in favor of maqzi. Also has a decided edge in those medium light armors. And now battling with Dank, who brings out the shotgun. Shotty to the body makes it 8-2, and Dank will have to go on one hell of a run here if he wants to make this happen. Doesn't seem likely, though, as maqzi has shown a propensity to keep things at a longer range. As you see, Dank, even with a small stack there, trying to make some pursuit, and maqzi's like, I'll just take this telly out of here. See you later, buddy. Dank lands a long-range shot, and he's got to do more of that before he moves in here. maqzi has been able to take about 100 or so damage, then pull the ripcord and get out. This time, Dank hits him at medium range with a rail, and it's 8-3 now. Only a minute and 10 seconds to work with, and Dank trying to measure that up. That's unfortunate as he trips over his own heels. And unfortunately, shoes untied for that one. maqzi gonna parlay that into a mega as well. Dank turns it into an aim trainer, and he's just gonna salt him away after losing the majors. At least has this yellow to fall back on, and there is still a chance, but you have to think that maqzi's probably gonna slow this down, not give him angles, and that's exactly what maqzi's doing. Onto the red, and Dank is there. Defensive rocket across, and maqzi just a little hippity hoppity with that crouching and ducking. Little checkup route on the wall. Sees that mega, says, I don't need this anymore. 15 seconds to go. Nice little clip over to yellow, and there's Dank. Should be able to finish this kill, but it's going to be all for naught, as this is going to wind up 8-5 or 8-6. So there you go. That's the end of her. Yes, Naya. So there you have it. You always love to see a map 3 coming into play when it comes to these matches. Hate to see it when it's just very one-sided, as it does happen that way at times. But not this time. So map 3 is going to be meaningful. Not sure who has the upper hand here on Lost World, but I would imagine that Dank Jr. does know the map at the very least. So we'll see if he proves me right.
Prepare to fight.
And here we go. It's going back to the game.
3, 2, 1, fight.
I'm going to start on maqzi this time. Winner from last map. We saw where Dank spawned in. maqzi going to fall on the red. Rocket jump up. Mega still sits live. maqzi becomes aware of this very quickly. And able to back onto that. Tries to throw a rocket towards the RL. And stalls his ascension up that pad. Just in case Dank is there for a trap. And now a few shards. Yellow's up, and Dank sets a trap above the yellow and catches him out. And Dank, with the first move on the chessboard, takes him down. Looking for that mega. It's not there yet. Dank electing not to drop on that red. Just wants to babysit that mega. maqzi going to see this red. Now Dank grabs the mega and gets out of there. So Dank happy to set that trap and get the mega. Doesn't want to fiddle around too much. We'll see if he can keep this game at a distance where he's comfortable. Much different game on this map. without the ability for the long-range game for maqzi to play the way that it has on previous maps with the railgun. Dank has a great rail too, though, so I think Dank really likes the lightning gun. Catches a 53 banger rocket out there. maqzi wheels out and grabs the mega. Dank a little bit of damage, but they're relatively even stacks. Dank up 1-0. Looks at the spot that he just trapped in. Nice director on maqzi, who thought about forcing his way in. Dank listening to the sound cues and sees a rocket pickup. And thinks, you know what, that's going to be a free yellow for me. And does collect that. Red's sitting up. Dank is onto it. Rocket jump out. He's going to head probably to the mega, you would think. But instead, he actually eats 2 rockets. Sees the mega come up after he eats the rockets. And luckily, maqzi was down on that mid-level. And Dank is now just watching this tally exit for a moment or two. Eventually pulls shoot 3 seconds to red. maqzi's got to be down there still. And Dank gets the Q that he needs. Picks away a bit of damage. maqzi running around there. And eventually rocket jumps out, but it's not going to work as an effective escape. As Dank does some damage. And we'll get the yellow. maqzi does reverse course. But 1-0 for dankjr. My gravy train. Welcome, Blitz the Clown. Dank on that mid-level. Heads over towards LG and now routes back to red, so a thick stack on his body. 15 seconds until Mega up this pad. He's had the 1-0 lead for a little bit of time here as he set that trap early. See what maqzi's doing. Oh no, the rocket jump up and Dank has lightning gun, able to contest that play. And maqzi thought that he'd be able to get away with it, but Dank was walking just moments before. Location undetected. And unfortunate. 2-0 for dankjr here, 3.5 minutes in. Dank back to that spot that he caught maqzi out early in this match. And a couple twirls around for another red. maqzi meets him in the basement with plasma and throws a few bubbles. But Dank happy to just keep this fight the way it's going. Here's the Mega come up. And says, yeah, maybe I should go grab that. Wraps back around to lightning gun side. And another item for Dank. Doing much better on the items this time around. Quick perusal will show. 4-4 on the reds. 4-3 in Dank's favor on the megas. And now it's 5-4 in his favor on the reds. So Dank much more involved in the item game this time. And clearly, tried to set the trap there, but maqzi knew what was up. And he shut the front door on that. Yeah, what I was saying was Dank is clearly very comfortable taking fights as they present themselves. And maqzi's more comfortable taking the appropriate fights at the appropriate time. However, Dank did still have to rely on trapping maqzi out early in this map in order to pick up that frag. When they're standing at odds across the map and just scrapping, not much is happening. The pushes have been prevented for the most part. Five and a half minutes in, 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Map 3, it's a decider. maqzi versus dankjr. dankjr in the lead, and we're watching his point of view here. maqzi with a red is able to sneak out with that. Needs to make something happen. I honestly think that maqzi needs to make a frag happen sooner than later. Because I think if this deficit gets any larger and the clock keeps ticking, it's going to be tough for him. He needs to make a frag inside the next minute, and then he needs to play a very... He basically needs to pick up the items for the last 2 minutes and pick away until he can get a frag. Hopefully make a couple nice traps. But he does need to get that first one soon or he's going to be in trouble. And I think he's aware of that as he's showing a much more willing approach to fights right now. Wins a red as well just from showing his face a little more in that. And now he steps in on that mega pickup and tries to use the timing as a mechanism to get a rocket off. Nice idea. Doesn't really connect though. And here's the battle at yellow, but Dank gets a beat on him with that shaft. So maqzi doesn't win too much coming out of that. And he's not yet picked up that frag. Still 2.5 minutes to work with here. Basically needs a frag and then a couple minutes to make another one happen. But Dank putting a steady stream of sixes all over his body. And maqzi coming out high. Shows himself and then recedes back into the night. 2-0 for dankjr. 2.5 minutes left. maqzi comes up the pad and Dank catches him out. Immediately leaves the scene and elects to pick up the armor. So Dank is now putting the clamps down, happy to take that chunk out of his stack and does not take any free rocket damage. Disciplined decision from Dank. Knows that red has been acquired and maqzi's just not making that first frag. He needs to make it happen. Dank playing high ground. Here's where maqzi wants to come out. Does reroute back. maqzi thinks the coast is going to be clear. Instead gets pushed down to red. Delays the pickup of it. Dank steps back on the rockets and maqzi's going to grab it now. We'll see if something funky can happen here. But last time he tried to rocket jump out of here, it was not a pretty scene. This time he rocket jumps up the backside and surprises Dank maybe just a little bit, but Dank able to adjust and makes the play. maqzi running away now. Dank going to go for the cutoff to yellow armor perhaps. Here he is up, but maqzi's wise to it, says no you don't. maqzi on the rocket. Here's the range that Dank wants and he's dropping more lightning onto him and there's the rocket switch. Dank moves it up 3-zipper and maqzi makes his play, but Dank just able to keep that LG on him all game, and the LG is what's won dankjr this game so far. You can see 45% to 15. maqzi hardly utilizing it. And that made this a good map selection for Dank, it appears, as he played it pretty well situationally. maqzi with a latch-ditch effort throwing plasmas here. Thank you very much, Condiments. Appreciate that. Trying to get to 1,000 followers. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Trying to get to 1,000 followers. Almost there. He's like 25 away or something like that. So 10 seconds to go in this game, and dankjr picks up one more kill, and it's going to be 6-0 as he finishes this one off. And that will be ball game. So thank you very much, Condiments, for the sub. It's no problem, man. It's no problem at all. The game was pretty much over at that point, but yeah, it is what it is. I appreciate it nonetheless, and really just appreciate everybody who supports the stream. Having a great time. Love streaming the games. Love people having something to refer back to in the vaults, so you can watch back these matches at some point and just really just have fun with the game. The game feels bigger when it gets casted, and I don't know. But regardless, thanks everybody who joined tonight. I'm going to find someone to pass the viewers to. And until next time. I'm gonna go to Warden here, just streaming some Quake Live. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends as well. Happy Turkey Day. I hope everybody had a great day, that everybody's families are doing well, all that good shit, and that you know, health, happiness, prosperity comes to everybody in this final stretch of 2023. But I'm going to hit up Warden. Everybody have yourselves a lovely little evening.